5 ancient energy practices that elevate a chosen one's vibration. Imagine waking up one day and realizing that everything you've been taught about energy, vibration, and existence has only scratched the surface. You feel something calling you, pulling you toward a deeper understanding of reality. You've heard about ancient masters who could move mountains with their energy, who could heal with a single touch, who could manifest realities from thought alone. But could such things be real? More importantly, could you actually unlock such power within yourself? The truth is, energy is not just something mystical or esoteric, it is the very fabric of the universe. Everything around you, from the device you're watching this on to the thoughts running through your mind, is energy vibrating at different frequencies. And those who understand how to control and elevate their own vibration become something beyond ordinary. They become chosen ones. The ones who break free from the illusions of the mundane world and step into their higher purpose.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lesson.
Today we're diving into 5 ancient energy practices that have been used by sages, monks, and mystics for thousands of years. These practices are not just theories or spiritual myths. They are real, powerful, and scientifically verifiable techniques that can shift your state of being so drastically that you may not even recognize yourself a year from now. But here's the real question: are you ready for this transformation? Because once you begin, there is no turning back. The first practice is something deceptively simple yet incredibly profound: breathwork. Most people think of breathing as just an automatic function, something we don't need to worry about. But ancient masters understood that breath is the bridge between the physical and the energetic realms. The way you breathe determines the flow of energy within you. Shallow, unconscious breathing leads to low energy, anxiety, and disconnection from your higher self. But deep, intentional breathwork can activate dormant energy channels in your body, known as nadis or meridians, and unlock states of consciousness that most people will never experience in their lifetime. Consider the ancient practice of pranayama, which literally translates to control of life force. Techniques like the Wim Hof method, holotropic breathing, and alternate nostril breathing are modern adaptations of these ancient practices. The yogas of India, the monks of Tibet, and even the warriors of ancient civilizations all knew that controlling the breath meant controlling the mind, the emotions, and ultimately, reality itself. Try this. Take a deep breath in through your nose for 4 seconds, hold it for 7 seconds, and exhale slowly for 8 seconds. Repeat this for just 5 minutes. Notice how your state of mind shifts. Now imagine doing this consistently for months, years. The energy within you would begin to vibrate at a higher frequency, aligning you with synchronicities, unlocking intuition, and even affecting the way people perceive you. The question is, how often do you consciously control your breath? The second practice is something that has been used by shamans and mystics across cultures. Grounding. In our modern world, we are constantly surrounded by artificial electromagnetic fields, digital screens, and a lifestyle that disconnects us from the natural world. But the earth itself carries an energy, a resonance, known as the Schumann resonance. When we walk barefoot on the ground, when we allow our skin to touch the earth, something incredible happens. Our bodies absorb negatively charged electrons from the earth, neutralizing inflammation, reducing stress, and restoring our natural energetic balance. Think about this. Ancient tribes never wore shoes. They were constantly in direct contact with the earth. They lived in harmony with the cycles of nature, and their energetic systems were aligned with the rhythms of the universe. But today, people go weeks, even months, without touching the earth directly, and they wonder why they feel disconnected, anxious, and lost. There are monks in the Himalayas who meditate on stone, absorbing the energy of the earth. There are indigenous shamans who perform ceremonies barefoot, drawing power from the land. Even Nikola Tesla, one of the greatest minds in history, understood that the earth itself was a limitless energy source. What if I told you that by simply walking barefoot on grass, sand or soil for 20 minutes a day, you could dramatically shift your energy, heal your body, and increase your vibration? So ask yourself, when was the last time you truly connected with the earth? Now we've only just begun. The practices we've discussed so far, breathwork and grounding, are already powerful enough to change your life. But what if I told you that the next 3 practices are even more transformative? The kind of techniques that can take you beyond the limits of what you thought was possible. Are you ready? Because once you understand the next ones, you'll never see reality the same way again. The silent power that unlocks hidden realities. There exists a force so subtle, yet so powerful, that it has been revered by monks, sages, and mystics for millennia. The untrained mind overlooks it, dismissing it as insignificant. But those who have walked the path of enlightenment understand that this force is the key to unlocking hidden realities, altering destiny, and awakening the dormant power within. It is the power of stillness, true inner silence. In a world that bombards you with distractions, noise, and endless stimulation, silence has become rare, almost feared. Most people cannot sit in absolute stillness for even 5 minutes without feeling restless. Why? Because silence exposes everything: your unresolved emotions, your hidden fears, your deepest truths. And yet, it is within this silence that the greatest transformations occur. Ancient masters knew this well. The Buddhist monks of Japan practice zazen, seated meditation, where they sit in silence for hours, watching their thoughts like clouds passing in the sky. The yogis of India enter deep states of dhyana, the meditative absorption that dissolves the ego. The shamans of indigenous cultures sit in the wilderness, alone with nature, listening to the whispers of the universe. They all understood one thing: silence is not empty, it is full of answers. Most people seek knowledge in books, in conversations, in external experiences. But the greatest knowledge, the kind that shifts your entire being, can only be found in silence. When you sit in stillness without resistance, something extraordinary happens. Your mind, which is usually scattered like a storm, begins to settle. The chaotic waves of thought slow down, and beneath them, a deeper awareness emerges. This awareness is not just your thoughts, it is your true self, the part of you that exists beyond the noise of the mind. But here's where it gets truly fascinating. When you master silence, you begin to access something beyond the ordinary senses. You start to perceive energy not just intellectually, but experientially. You may feel a magnetic pull around your body, a tingling sensation in your hands, or even an expansion beyond your physical form. This is not imagination. This is the awakening of your energetic sensitivity, your ability to perceive the subtle forces that shape reality. Think about this. The most powerful beings throughout history, whether mystics, prophets, or enlightened masters, all spent time in deep silence. Jesus retreated to the wilderness. Buddha meditated under the Bodhi tree. The great sages of every tradition withdrew from society to sit, to listen, to be. And when they returned, they were transformed. They carried an energy, a presence, that could shift the consciousness of those around them. Have you ever been in the presence of someone who radiated a powerful calm, an unshakable stillness? That wasn't just personality, that was energy mastery. And you can cultivate it too. Try this. Find a quiet space. Sit comfortably. Close your eyes. Do nothing. Observe your breath. but do not force it. Let every thought that arises pass without clinging to it. If restlessness comes, let it come. If discomfort arises, let it arise. Stay, just stay. Start with 5 minutes, then extend to 10, then 20. Over time, something incredible will happen. The mental chatter will fade, and a deeper intelligence, one that is beyond words, will begin to reveal itself. This is the intelligence that ancient masters accessed to gain profound insights, to heal, to manifest, to see beyond the illusions of the material world. This is the intelligence that allows you to feel the energy of a room before a word is spoken, to sense when something is about to happen, to align yourself with synchronicities that seem almost magical. But here's the real question. Can you face yourself in silence? Because in that silence, everything you have avoided will rise to the surface. But if you can sit through it, if you can embrace it, you will emerge with an energy so refined, so powerful, that the world itself will begin to shift around you. The next practice will push this even further, taking you beyond the mind and into direct energetic transformation. Are you ready to step even deeper into the unknown? The forgotten energy ritual that alters reality. There is an ancient practice so potent that its knowledge was once reserved for the select few, those deemed ready to wield its power responsibly. It is a ritual not bound by culture or religion, but rather by the universal laws of energy, vibration, and intention. When performed correctly, it does not just influence your internal state, but bends reality itself, aligning circumstances, people, and opportunities in ways that defy logic. This practice is the art of energy transmutation through sacred movement. Unlike passive meditation, this is a method of actively directing your internal energy, refining it, and amplifying it to a level where it begins to shift the very fabric of your reality. It is a forgotten art, hidden in plain sight within traditions like Chuan, Sufi whirling, and the shamanic dances of indigenous tribes. But beyond cultural labels, this practice taps into something fundamental, the truth that energy must flow to evolve. Look around you. Everything in nature moves. The rivers flow, the wind dances, the planets revolve around the sun. Even within your body, blood circulates, breath moves in and out, and unseen currents of energy surge through your nervous system. Stagnation is death. Movement is life. And when movement is combined with intention, something miraculous happens. Energy transforms. Ancient masters understood this well. The Shaolin monks, known for their legendary strength and spiritual discipline, did not sit still for hours without first cultivating their energy through precise, flowing movements. The Sufi mystics spun in ecstatic dance, dissolving their egos and merging with divine consciousness. The shamans of the Amazon performed rhythmic movements to align themselves with the spirits of nature. But why does this work? Because movement, when done with awareness, breaks energetic blockages. It unravels the knots of suppressed emotions, stagnant thoughts, and low-frequency patterns that keep you trapped in limitation. Most people do not realize that their energy is trapped, locked in repetitive cycles of unconscious habits, fears, and societal conditioning. But when you move with conscious intention, you liberate that energy, allowing it to rise, expand, and reshape your entire reality. Try this. Stand up, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and become aware of your body. Now, let yourself move slowly at first, as if you are tracing the flow of energy around you. Let your hands glide through the air. Let your spine bend and sway like a tree in the wind. Feel the energy shifting as you move, as if you are painting unseen patterns in space. This is not just movement, it is communication with the quantum field, a language older than words. If you do this daily, something extraordinary will happen. Your awareness of energy will sharpen. Your ability to sense shifts in vibration within yourself and in the world around you will heighten. You will begin to notice synchronicities, as if reality itself is responding to your internal transformation. And most importantly, you will no longer feel stuck, because energy that moves is energy that creates. The modern world has disconnected people from this wisdom. We are taught to confine our energy, to suppress our instincts, to live in rigid patterns. But the truth is, your body knows how to transmute energy. You have simply forgotten. The ancient masters did not just sit in silence, they moved with the universe, aligning their physical, emotional, and spiritual bodies into one harmonious flow. Think about this. Have you ever felt an unexplainable surge of joy when dancing freely, when running through nature, or when losing yourself in movement? That is not just emotion, that is energy aligning, expanding, and elevating. And when you do this intentionally, consistently, you begin to operate at a frequency so high that lower energies, fear, doubt, limitation, can no longer reach you. So ask yourself, when was the last time you moved with complete freedom, with no thought of how you looked, no fear of judgment, only pure connection with the energy around you? Because within that movement lies the key to unlocking a reality beyond what you have known. But we are not done. There is one final practice, the one that ties all of this together, the one that bridges the gap between energy mastery and true manifestation. This is where everything changes. The secret of the masters harnessing the infinite field. Everything you have learned so far has been leading to this. Breathwork awakens the dormant energy within you. Silence amplifies your awareness and connects you to the unseen. Sacred movement unlocks the flow of energy, breaking old limitations and expanding your vibration. But there is one final practice, the one that turns all of this from mere technique into something truly limitless. This is the secret that ancient masters guarded, the knowledge that allowed them to transcend the ordinary and tap into the infinite intelligence of the universe. It is the ability to harness the infinite field, the quantum fabric of reality itself. Look around you. What if I told you that the world you see is not solid, that everything you think is real is actually vibrating at various frequencies, forming patterns of energy? Science has already proven this. Quantum physics tells us that at the most fundamental level, everything is just energy responding to consciousness. This means that reality is not fixed, it is fluid, shifting, and shaped by the observer. And here is where the greatest secret of all comes in. You are the observer. You are not just a passive participant in reality. You are the creator, the architect, the force that directs energy and molds existence. The only reason most people do not experience this truth directly is because they are trapped in lower states of awareness, distracted by illusion, disconnected from their own power. But the masters knew. They knew that by tuning their energy to the highest frequencies, they could merge with the infinite field and shape reality at will. They knew that thought, intention, and vibration were the true forces behind manifestation, and they practiced a technique so powerful that it was often hidden in cryptic teachings, only passed down to those who were ready. This technique is the fusion of deep presence and focused intention. It is the ability to hold a thought, an image, a feeling in your mind with such clarity and certainty that the universe itself bends to reflect it. It is not just visualization, it is embodiment. The process of feeling and becoming the reality you wish to create before it physically manifests. Most people visualize fleetingly, hoping that their desires will come true. But the masters knew their visions were real before they even appeared. They did not ask, They did not doubt, they aligned. And in that alignment, the infinite field responded. Try this right now. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Imagine yourself standing in a vast, open space, a place beyond time, beyond form, beyond limitation. Feel yourself dissolving into pure awareness, into the fabric of everything. Now, bring to mind something you desire, not from a place of lack, but from a place of knowing. See it, feel it, breathe it. Let it become so real in your mind that it is indistinguishable from reality itself. Now, here is the key: do not wish for it, do not try to grasp it. Instead, become it. Assume it is already yours. Let the energy of that reality merge with your own. If you do this correctly, you will feel a shift, a deep sense of certainty, as if something beyond logic has already been set in motion. And that is exactly what has happened. Because once your vibration matches the reality you seek, the universe has no choice but to reflect it back to you. The greatest masters walked through life knowing this truth. They did not chase, they did not force, they simply tuned their frequency to what they desired, and reality conformed to it. This is how miracles happen. This is why some people seem to attract wealth, love, success, and synchronicities effortlessly while others struggle. It is not luck. It is not chance. It is alignment with the infinite field. But here is the challenge: most people will never fully commit to this practice. They will try it once, maybe twice, and then fall back into doubt, into old patterns of resistance. But the few who truly believe, who integrate this understanding into their daily existence, become unstoppable. They become the chosen ones, the ones who move through life with such an undeniable presence that the world bends around them. So ask yourself, are you ready to let go of the illusion of limitation? Are you ready to step into your true power, to harness the energy that shapes reality itself? Because once you do, everything changes. This is not just theory. It is not just philosophy. It is the ultimate truth that has been hidden in plain sight, waiting for those who are ready to see. The question is, are you ready?